Homegrown Heroes is back, and this year I've got a new recruit.
Kia ora touch whānau, it's time to nominate the unsung volunteers who put the mahi in for the sport we love.
Enter them now for the chance to win $5,000 for their touch community.
Kia ora team, George here from Touch NZ. Now we all enjoy a bit of touch, but without a proper warm-up, the chances of being injured are massively increased. So to keep you on the field and out of the emergency room, Touch NZ have made a short and easy warm-up series for all levels, proven to lower the chance of injury by close to 50%. So head on over to our site and check them out. Play safe, play smart.
Tuia te rangi e tū nei, tuia te pape e takatoa ke nei, tuia te hunga ora, mihi atu ki te hunga mate, rātau kia rātau, tātou te hunga ora, e konei, e whakapāho atu nei, atu I takānini, I tāma ki makaurau, ko tēnei te kemu tua toru o tēnei rā, 2024 Bunnings National Youth Touch Championships, ko tēnei kemu wainganui ngā taha o Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa, me Kāpiti Horowhenua, mihi atu nei kia koutou e mātakitaki maina I o koutou whare, putanoi te ao, putanoa I Aotearoa anō hoki. We welcome everybody back to our live stream broadcast. This is the Under-16 Mixed Pool A game between Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa and Kāpiti Horowhenua. Ko Harley Wall tōku ingoa. My name is Harley Wall. I'm joined again in commentary this morning by Maya Williams. We've had a couple of awesome games this morning. What do you think we can expect in today's mixed game?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking at the results of these two teams, and it's it's a real weird one. As we see Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa beating teams that Kāpiti Horowhenua lost to, and Horowhenua Kāpiti beating teams that Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa lost to. So it's whatever happens out here over the next 30 minutes, Harley will obviously determine the game, but it's just one I don't think we can predict when we look at those results. You see the team list up here for Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa, the under-16 mixed team. I don't know about you, but I'm a real bias towards the mixed game. I just think the huge development and quality of the female player means there is no such thing as a mismatch these days, and to see the two genders playing together with just the difference in their skills and stuff like that, it's just a really awesome spectacle, I find, the mixed game. And again, one of the jewels in the crown of the touch, sport of touch, Harvey.
Definitely, it's certainly a point of difference for us from other codes and other offerings. For our rangatahi, the opportunity to play alongside your sisters, your cousins on the same field as we see Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa get underway for the first tap off the game.
I must say, really like the uniforms, especially their off-field uniforms. I see them walking around the grounds as I pop out there in the breaks. Awesome uniform.
I think they win uniform of the tournament, that's for sure.
One of the, as we see the first touchdown, that's twice in 3 games we've had a touchdown in the first set. Again, we didn't have one of those yesterday. As we see, just a simple quickie play, gets on the outside of the defender, looks, step back inside. How he missed, I'm not sure, because referee Webster said that the defender was offside. Play through, touchdown to number 7 from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa, Quinn Pirihi Coates.
Yeah, and as you mentioned there, the players' feet just in front of the line, getting that communication and that listening in place from the players in connection with the referees is going to be really important in this game. As we've heard, this result really matters for both of these teams as they look to progress forward into semi-finals come tomorrow.
Kāpiti Horowhenua into their work. Great touch there from the link defender, Samara Beattie. There must be more to it than just there being this number of not squares. There's obviously must be put it all in the referee room, saying, hey, look, this is something that we need to focus on after day one, which is great to see the referee coaches getting together, looking at trends. So not only do players look at trends and how they can improve from game to game, day to day, so too is that true, Harley, as you'll know better than most in the referee room, always trying to provide a better service to these teams.
Yeah, that's right. Accuracy is really important, and that comes from both sides. In terms of the expectation of the referees from the players, and therefore for the players from the referees as well, we want to make sure that the game is called accurately.
Thomas Webster, Counties referee.
Absolutely. Through and through. And he's joined by his mates there, Sam Taylor and Raymond Cairns.
Raymond Cairns. We talk about stalwarts, and I think that term's used too loosely sometimes, but Raymond Cairns, he's definitely one of those referees. Played through, you can hear him, very proactive, always been one of the better proactive communicators in the referee room, and definitely had one of the better whistles, as we see Horowhenua Kāpiti, just a scoop, playing through there. You seen him make the touch, but referee Cairns caught him offside. Now looking to link up. Great holding of space by the winger there from Kāpiti Horowhenua to tie the match up 1-1.
Yeah, excellent listening there from the attacking player again. The defending player from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa just wanting to make sure you get that 7 metres back in line with the referee so that you're active and able to contribute on defence.
Don't often see the ball rolled that closely to the scoreline. Almost trying to phase play that one. Last touch now. Horowhenua Kāpiti don't want to clock off yet. 1 touch to go. So we see an overlap out here from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa. There we see it again. Harry just talked about that last game. 5th touch, nothing's on. It's just too easy to clock off, but we see Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa not clock off. It's looking for space. Gets on the outside. Touchdown, 2-1.
Yeah, very sneaky play there. I only caught it just then in the replay that he actually peels around on the outside of the attacking player, something you don't often see on a 5th touch, and that obviously helped to create more space for Tūranga to score their 2nd try.
Wouldn't believe it. It was beaming down with sunshine, and now it's just started to spit on the right-hand side of the finals field. As you look at it.
It's starting to belt down now. Typical Tamaki Makaurau weather. Let's see if these players can adjust their style of play to suit.
Right on the spot was Webster from Counties. It's obviously key now is ball handling, making sure, focus first and foremost is catching that ball and ensuring the pass is in the right spot, and then yards second. Probably don't want to be showing too much enterprise with regards to little flick, extra no-look passes. I think the team who turns the ball over least is going to set themselves up for the best opportunity to win this game.
Yeah, and we've seen that as long as they can get up to the right end of the field, they can make magic happen. So ball security definitely very important for both teams in this game.
Just talked about how good the uniform was. And I'm sure there's 2 numbers out there that have the old brown tape. The old brown medical tape is the one. So obviously they're running so fast, the one's come off. As we see there is number 11 for Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa with the brown medical tape on.
We can see a few hats flying and falling to the ground. E heke ana nā roimata rangi nui I te wānei. So he waua te haere a ngā tīma. Kāpiti now middle of the field. Just looking to finish off their set well, but unfortunately the ball goes to the ground. Ball security, as we mentioned, very important in this game. Get a little bit cold up here in the commentary box too, so if we're starting to feel the pinch, I'm sure that the players are.
Yeah, I like the breeze actually. It cools things down from the hot air coming out of Patrick Spellman's mouths. It's just in the booth next door up at this incredible venue at Pullman Park. It's amazing the quality of the cameras that we have these days. As we look on screen and you'd think that it's not raining, you can see just out here it's absolutely teeming down. It's the big acknowledgement to these 2 teams and the ball security that they're showing since the rain started to come down. Just one of those natural consequences. The yards start to be affected. Just having to decelerate a little bit earlier before rolling the ball to make sure that the ball doesn't slip out, make sure that we've got good footing.
It affects everything, even just the timing on the substitutions as well, trying to pick up the ball. So the teams that can withstand the pressure of the weather, te kaha, te hau, a tamanui, te rā, te hau, aroha mai, te hau a tāwhiri mātia, will be the team. Wow, here comes the storm. Even the referees are dropping their chin a little bit just to try and keep their vision on the ball.
It's just come out of nowhere, literally. At the start of this game, it was teeming down with rays of sunshine as opposed to this.
Yeah, we can hear messaging now, just to tread carefully and cautiously with health and safety regards as well. So this is a extremely challenging situation and scenarios for our players to have to play through. So taking all precautions necessary. You can see everyone huddling under their umbrellas in the background there too. So ka aroha ki a rātou e tākoro nei ki runga i te papati waiwai. A taka nini a Pullman Park. Kāpiti though, not faced at all, still acting like warriors and trudging forward.
Yep, not quite over the metre, that roll ball, just 98 centimetres. Horowhenua Kāpiti now. First time down here for a few sets. Want to make hay while the, probably not the analogy to use, make hay while the sun shines. Good defence again from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa. Good city yards. Just need to be careful, getting a little bit tight to the sub box. Good work there from the female link player for Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa, realising that there was no one on, so stayed on for another touch. I'll tell you, that's one thing that I think is incredible, is the female winger in the mixed team often being on the field for the whole game, not subbing once.
Yeah, we'll probably see that with Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa as well. Having a look at their team list, they've actually only got 13 players. So you can only assume that some of those girls are possibly playing the whole 30 minutes.
Yeah, and if you're not sure how many you have in a team, in a squad you have 16, for those of us watching. And any single game you can have 14 play. So to only have 13 in the squad, it's a big effort from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa.
Talking to coaches before the tournament as well, it sounds like they lost a few players due to injury. So to not only be leading but also be competitive in this competition so far with 13 players is a real testament to their skill and persistence.
Yeah, you talk about persistence, resilience, and for the people of down in that area, we know with the horrible events in terms of the weather last year and what they've had to go through. They're just such a great people. Great to have them here, and they'll be so proud to see their rangatahi on TV, on the live stream, on the finals field on day 2.
That's right. Just a year ago at last year's Youth Nationals is when some of those effects were felt, and Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa were one of the provinces that got stuck in Christchurch for nearly 6 days after the Youth Nationals too. So I'm sure that still sits with them in their fond memories as they thought of all of the whānau that were affected back home by Cyclone Gabrielle, and we send our love and our wishes to those who still feel the effects of that and the impacts of that just over a year ago. As we see now, Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa in a good position to try and strike and see if they can score. Quick feet.
Not to make too much light of that terrible situation, the 6 days down there, I'll tell you what. 6 extra days in Christchurch, or get to go back to Paeroa on time. I know where I'd rather be, and that'd be 6 extra days in Christchurch.
And the sun was shining in Christchurch, and they didn't have to go to school, so they were very happy at that time.
Good pick up there from Webster. Forward pass off the ruck. Unfortunately, just clocked off there, lost a bit of focus. Great opportunity, Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa. I'd be very surprised if they don't get across the line here. They've been looking really sharp, looking to set things up. As Devon Waititi Leach. Good defence from the number 10 from Kāpiti Horowhenua.
Great touch there from Kāpiti Horowhenua. Just gets the attacker off balance. He has to readjust to play the ball. 5th touch this time. Steps off the left, looking for something, and a penalty. Unfortunately, Kāpiti will be ruining that. Just offside on that last play. So a fresh set again, as you mentioned, Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa can be very lethal on the 7. And an opportunity this time for them to strike back. Kāpiti meeting the challenge there.
Couple of touches up their sleeves. I'm full of the terrible analogies today as everyone's wearing a singlet. As we see the number 1, Cruz, Hopewell. Just calming things down, seeing things out, getting into the right position. Gets a quickie, steps back, looks to go underneath, Webster right on spot.
It looked like he was about to award the try,
Yeah,
but the
did.
ball came out first.
I was hoping you were going to get caught out for once.
I know to wait. Let's see if Kāpiti can just get the yardage pattern to the sub-box correct this time. Just a couple of overruns.
I'll tell you what, Taylor Dickey, the number 10 from Kāpiti Horowhenua, he's been a workhorse for this team in this first half. A lot of work in the middle on defence, always taking up 1 or 2 touches in the yards part. Gets on the outside, referee just calling the defender offside, gets through. Pretty sure he's the dummy half, is the number 13, looking for his winger. Touch just made. Great chase there from the winger from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa.
That's right, great heart shown there by Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa just to prevent what was almost a certain try.
Good hustle there from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa. Now they're just plodding their way up through the middle of the field. As our rain just thought to relax a little bit. Conditions a lot better now, but obviously underfoot. Be slippery, and the ball itself slippery as well. It's a bit of a different game, this one, in terms of 3 touchdowns. In the last game we had 9, I think, in the first half, Harley, but such is the difference in the conditions.
Yes, there's a real challenge to these players. They probably haven't played in conditions like this, maybe ever. And contributing to a few more mistakes than perhaps they would like and we'd like to see at home. But I'm sure as the rain starts to settle, we'll see a few more tries creep in soon. Ko tahi minute ana ke haere ana e toi ana I tēnei a wehe ruana tuatahi. Not long to go for the remainder of the first half. Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa a ki te whetū. Whai tonu ai rātau ki te paipiro. And a penalty awarded against Kāpiti Horowhenua here.
Manawanui Stewart on the ball, working in conjunction with Quinn. Pirihi Coots, as we see him there, just dish it off back to Manawanui. Good defence there. That was a pretty good attack, pretty good D equally there.
Yeah, you mentioned Taylor Dickey. There he was again in the middle, holding the fort down for Kāpiti.
Yeah, he's got a huge engine on him, that young man. Great player. Real effort player, as you see him again. Manawanui Stewart crosses for the 3rd touchdown. As we see just a little bit of disconnection between the link from Horowhenua Kāpiti and the man that's been doing so much of the work, Taylor Dickey, just on that left-hand side. Great work there from Manawanui Stewart, just to see the space, see the line, get low, beautiful dive. 3-1, Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa.
Rima he kona e toi ana tata ki te mutunga o tēnei weherua tuatahi, tēnei hawhe tuatahi. E tangi ana te pere. Ka tai mai te wā whakata. Toru ki te tuatahi, Tūranga in front against Kāpiti Horowhenua. 16 mixed grade. Kawa koutou e haere tawhiti atu hoki mai anō a ko ake nei a I tēnei a wā whakata.
Homegrown Heroes is back, and this year I've got a new recruit.
Kia ora touch whānau, it's time to nominate the unsung volunteers who put the mahi in for the sport we love.
Enter them now for the chance to win $5,000 for their touch community.
Kia ora team, George here from Touch NZ. Now we all enjoy a bit of touch, but without a proper warm-up, the chances of being injured are massively increased. So to keep you on the field and out of the emergency room, Touch NZ have made a short and easy warm-up series for all levels, proven to lower the chance of injury by close to 50%. So head on over to our site and check them out. Play safe, play smart.
Nau mai tauti mai e te iwi ki tā kānini. Tēnei kimi toa toru o tēnei rā. Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa te toru. Kāpiti Horowhenua te tahi anake I tēnei wā. Having a look back I hoki ngā mahara ki nā piro o te hawhi tuatahi. Of course, not too many tries, but we've had some great action and some magic moments. We can see a great try in the first half from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa and an excellent pick here. Offside player carries on, finds the momentum, connects here with his winger for Kāpiti's try.
Yeah, that's probably one of the key skills that was demonstrated in that first half, was the attacking player listening to the referee's play-through call, taking that advantage and then linking up with other players. The second touchdown there we've seen from number 7, Quinn Waititi-Leach, setting things up again. We saw this touchdown late in that second half by Manawanui-Stewart, which took Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa out to a 3 touchdowns to 1 lead. And again, just at the bottom of the screen there, finally you see the Home Ground Heroes, proudly sponsored by Bunnings Warehouse. $5,000 if you go on the Touch New Zealand Facebook page or Instagram page and nominate your home ground hero, someone in your community who has done an incredible amount of mahi for the development of touch in your rohi, in your community. As we see tap off for the second half, Kāpiti Horowhenua straight into things. The rain's totally gone now, Harley. I'm sure there'll be a few residual effects with regards to the slippery ball, the slippery grass. Much better conditions for these players to get into the second half with.
Ai, kua maua te ua. Te rā pēr ka whitia nō mai te kaha a tamanui te rā. It looks like the sun's starting to peek through. Can't believe it, we've had 5 different seasons in one day. And hopefully we'll get some more exciting touch action to follow. Of course, the rain had a very strong effect on the way that the first half proceeded, but perhaps we'll have some awesome opportunities on attack. Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa looking to close out their set now, 5th touch.
Here he is, Stewart, working again with Pirihi Coots. Definitely two. They have a really good combination for Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa. Both strong individuals, but very, very good combination. You can just see straight away the ease in which the players are able to catch and pass through this orange zone, Harley, the transition period here.
Yeah, and an opportunity now, that's 4 touches. Let's see what Taylor Dickey can do. He's got a little bit of space and time.
Would you have called 6 again then?
It would have been a question in my mind, I think. Question, that's all I'll say.
A splinter in your butt and a question in your mind sitting on that fence. And here it is. Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa working themselves away. Stewart. Oof.
We can see some players getting medical attention in the sub-box too from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa, perhaps something we can keep an eye on as the game goes. Kāpiti in a strong position now as they progress into their green zone. Rapua tonutia ki te paipiro. Ka kite mātawia Taylor Dickey. Ka ahatia. Looking for the short dive, but unfortunately the option wasn't quite on that time. Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa managed to stymie the attack of Kāpiti Horowhenua and will progress back towards their sub-box.
On team Taylor Dickey. I'm really hoping he can get a reward as we see an overlap here. Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa just down to 3 players. Oh, probably not the right option. There's a 5-on-1, literal 5-on-1 overlap out to the left. But unfortunately, Horowhenua Kāpiti just stayed on this right-hand side where there were 2 amazing female defenders. But there's still an opportunity. Webster just calling time off.
Looks like touch 4, so a couple more to come.
Just look at the top of your screen where we used to see umbrellas all across there, and now there's none, which again just shows the change in conditions. The number 7 from Kāpiti Horowhenua, Toby Lane. And a big impact just on the set as we see the man of the moment. Sweet play, forward pass. Definitely not too many touchdowns have been scored on that side of the field, hardly over the last day and a half. Just with the conditions the way they are, really hard to judge those passes.
Yeah, that's right. It was nice to see Kāpiti look for another option with the peel play. Just the timing on that one was a little bit off, so something for them to work on as they get the ball back for the rest of the second half. Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa now back up to halfway. Fresh legs on. Deep pass. Looking to connect with teammates.
Oh, great setup there. Good strike drive. Nice pick off the end of it. Off his right foot. Looking to link up. Will be wanting to find one of the other players. Oh! And who's the man diving at the end of that on defence is none other than number 10, Taylor Dickey. Not only did he fend all the way through the middle of the field, you'll see it in the top of the picture there, marking everyone, the one who was there to make the touch, put the pressure on the number 1 from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa, which forced that drop ball. Just outstanding effort from Taylor Dickey.
And we see him now, he's orchestrating the attack. He's an absolute workhorse on the field. But as we see Kāpiti, just an unforced error there, just another little forward pass from the ruck.
We don't have who the captains of these teams are on these team sheets in front of us, Sali, but I'd be very surprised when you have a player that plays the way Taylor Dickey does, that he wouldn't be one of the key leaders in this Kāpiti Horowhenua team. Nice drawing pass just out to the wing. Not often you see one of the male players on the wing. Throwing a different picture at Kāpiti Horowhenua.
Now they're looking to set up on the right side.
Just not moving forward quickly enough for the referee's liking, and it's really good. Obviously, we want to give the attacking teams every opportunity that they deserve to have the space, have the defence lift up off the line so they can create things for the next touch after the dump. Stewart with the ball. Oh, great touch there from the number 3 for Kāpiti Horowhenua, Mika Steinmetz. Stewart again. Combination we talked about earlier. Pirihi Coots with the ball in hand. Off his left, looking to go short. No. Goes to dive under, and there's just still those effects from the slippery ball, Harley.
Yeah, that's right. But you can see the options are in front of him. So we'll see how that, now that the sun's back out and they might have a little bit more confidence with throwing the ball around. If those middle options aren't quite on, they might look to go long. Kāpiti back up towards halfway this time. Getting past halfway is goal number 1 for them, and they've done it. Now let's see if they can finish the rest of this set off. And a great pick, but just ran out of room that time by Josh Gould from Kāpiti Horowhenua. Tūranga now close side to their sub box. They'll look to get some more reinforcements onto the field.
Yep, can't afford to clock off here, Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa. Get your team upfield first before you look for that sub. To the mahi, get the treats as we see them. Fresh legs on. It's our 4th touch into our 5.
Position goes the way of Kāpiti Horowhenua. Looks like a touch and pass was the call. And again, I think we'll look to see Taylor Dickey come back on and see if he can make some impact as Kāpiti Horowhenua earn a penalty.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 one that when the attacking player is running in at high speed, probably doesn't have the greatest balance, and then it sort of exaggerates the effects of the touch made. But you take it when you can, and Kāpiti Horowhenua did. Eagle eye referee there, seen that drop ball.
Yeah, just rolled off the front of the fingertips there. Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa doing a really good job of ball security.
Ooh.
Well, I say, I say that the ball was juggled there by our winger. But in a good position now as they get their middles back on the field to try and strike.
Waititi Leach sets things up as they go short side.
It looked like it was going for a bit of a tomahawk.
I love
Slam dunk from the hip right over to the head.
The tomahawk. I haven't heard that one. The tomahawk. I'm going to be looking out for that now,
Yeah,
Harley.
so that's when you grab the ball from your hip and then you launch.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's sort of a Superman. I don't know. It's probably got different names.
Your specialty when you're playing?
Probably just trying to catch the ball, to be fair. There's a reason I wasn't very successful. Although I did play at One Nationals, but I've had much more success as a referee. Play on call from our referee here. Can Kāpiti team up with a team up, but unfortunately he gets caught. We've got a decision here, or a discussion at least, between the referees around potential penalties. So it looks like Kāpiti may maintain possession here. I think we've got a holding call, yeah.
Yeah, the number 16, the winger for Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa, is just holding her opposition winger. Number 14 from Kāpiti Horowhenua. Good call there. Great teamwork there, and this is a very, very good team. This three are the number 3 from Kāpiti Horowhenua, who made that break. It was a good chase down from the number 1 from Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa to snuffle out any opportunity Kāpiti Horowhenua had into 32 play. Unfortunately, stepped to the other side from where his backdoor player was going to. Ooh. See, it really surprises me. Like, this is with the coaching hat on. That was, for me, a clear situation where the team had rolled early.
Yeah.
And often no penalties are given. But then when there's almost nothing on, penalties get given for not moving forward.
Yeah, it's a tough one, of course. It does depend totally on the interpretation of the referee at the time. We've seen a few of them given by the other referees, and perhaps something they'll have a chat on after the game around trying to find that happy medium for all three to adjudicate from. Last touch now, Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa stepping towards the right side. They've got hands here.
Oh, great work. Good draw and pass from the link for Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa, and even better hands from the winger, as we see here in the Bunnings warehouse replay. Stewart just getting on the outside of his man. Good draw and pass there. I imagine it's his partner in crime, the number 7, Pirihi Coots, and a great touchdown there for the winger. 4-1, Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa up against Kāpiti Horowhenua with just under 4 minutes remaining.
In the right position of the field, they haven't been able to quite execute some of their attacking plays as they would have liked. Let's see if they can put something together here. The touch is made there by number 6, Manawanui Stewart.
Yeah, just with how athletic the middles are for Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa, I'd probably look to try set things up to create space, go one side to create space on the other, and look for that winger link channel. It's probably going to have more fruit out there than taking on the incredible athleticism in their defence that Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa have.
A real strength to their game in today's live stream is just their ability to get up to the field in 3 touches and give themselves an opportunity to strike every time they've got the ball in hand. Here we go again. Oh, a little bit off, a little bit of space, but Kāpiti do enough to stop them from scoring again.
2 to go, down by 3. Enough time, but just think Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa have just been too strong with their defence, particularly down on their defensive scoreline. Here he is, Taylor Dickey, organising the troops in the middle, as we see him here. He's coming off a 32. Unfortunately, pass didn't quite go to him. He's in space.
Rua minute e toi ana Tūranga whā kotahi anake ki te taho Kāpiti Horowhenua. E whiti ana te rā i te wā nei Tūranga finding some space in the middle of the field here, getting some good yards. Their female players on the left side have been really strong contributors to their success so far. As we see a nice little play here. Another opportunity on the right side, but the touch is made.
Yeah, we often give the chocolates to the ball players and the things they do, but as you just seen there, the winger from Kāpiti, Horowhenua, was a 2-on-1. She had 2 against, and she made the right decision and snuffled out that opportunity for Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa. It's great work there from the winger, who's played the whole of the second half.
Yeah, big shout out to the outside players from both teams. Obviously the grunt work they have to do to help get the ball up the field, and all the communication is expected from them on defence as well. Last minute left. Let's see if Kāpiti can find the line for one more chance. The ball over top, but it looks like the referees are going to come back for a forward pass, unfortunately. Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa now on their 7-metre line. We'll look to just look after the ball as we close this second half out.
I think there's something, Rahui or something, over on that part of the field, because there's just no tries allowed to be scored over there. As Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa worked their way for their last opportunity, I'd say, for this game. Great work there from Pirahi Coots. Working, like always, with Stewart, the number 6. Gets in, nice and easy, does. How's our pass?
Hang on.
We just took, you said earlier about the strength, the contribution from the female players on this right-hand side, and we see it there from the wing there from Kāpiti Horowhenua.
Kua mutu te rā. Oh. Now, kua mutu te kēmu. Whaki te tahi Tūranga-nui-a-Kiwa ka eke. Kei roro, ke a Kāpiti Horowhenua. An excellent game, under 16 mix, Pool A. We look forward to seeing them for the rest of the day. More live stream action coming up very shortly here at the 2024 Bunnings Warehouse National Youth Touch Championship. Hoki tonu mai koutou katoa.
Homegrown Heroes is back, and this year I've got a new recruit.
Kia ora touch whānau, it's time to nominate the unsung volunteers who put the mahi in for the sport we love.
Enter them now for the chance to win $5,000 for their touch community.